Imagine holding a penny worth millions of dollars. Not a lottery ticket, not a stock certificate, but a single penny, the 1960 mint mark Lincoln penny. Yes, that small coin sitting unnoticed in your drawer could be your gateway to a life of unimaginable wealth. But wait, how can a penny, something most people ignore, be valued at up to $8 million? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand why, but you might just start digging through every coin jar you own. Let's rewind to 1960. Dwight D. Eisenhower was president, the economy was booming, and the U.S. Mint in Denver was producing millions of Lincoln pennies. But amidst these millions, something extraordinary happened, a rare minting anomaly. An error so unique that it turned a humble penny into a multi-million-dollar treasure. Now, before you think, errors. Like my last attempt at DIY plumbing, let me assure you, this one is far more valuable. The 1960 Lincoln penny is renowned for its rare double die error. This means certain details on the coin, particularly the date and the lettering, appear slightly duplicated. Collectors, investors, and numismatic enthusiasts go wild for these imperfections. Why? Because rarity drives value, and the rarer the coin, the higher the price. But here's the twist, not every 1960 penny holds this error. Imagine the thrill of finding that 1 in a million coin in your possession. It's like finding out your old baseball card collection includes a signed Babe Ruth card. Heart racing already? Good. But hang tight, because there's more. Now, you might be wondering, okay, but how does a penny become worth $8 million? Great question. The value of rare coins isn't just about the error, it's about demand, historical significance, and condition. The 1960 penny with the double die error ticks all these boxes. Collectors are constantly on the hunt, and auctions have seen bids skyrocket as the competition heats up. Imagine the bidding war, the suspense, and then, the hammer drops at $8 million. Just for a penny. Pause for a second. Are you thinking, what if I accidentally spent one of these pennies on a candy bar years ago? Don't worry, you're not alone. But here's the good news, there are still plenty of these pennies out there waiting to be discovered. And yes, that means you still have a shot at turning pocket change into a fortune. Let's break down what you need to look for. First, inspect the date. The 1960 penny with the double die error shows a slight overlap in the numbers. Grab a magnifying glass, yes, the one collecting dust in your drawer, and take a closer look. If you spot that subtle doubling, congratulations, you might just be holding a treasure. Feeling the rush? Imagine the moment you realize your penny is worth millions. What would you do first? Buy a mansion, travel the world, or maybe just pay off that never-ending mortgage. But hold on, we're not done yet. Point 1. Of the highest recorded sales of a 1960 double die penny reached a staggering $8 million at auction. But prices continue to rise as collectors seek the next big find. The question is, will you be the one to find it? Before you start flipping every penny you see, let me share a crucial tip. Authentication is key. Many counterfeits flood the market, and the last thing you want is to think you struck gold only to find out it's fool's gold. Seek professional grading services to verify your coin's authenticity and ensure you get the highest value possible. But here's the kicker. What if I told you that a recent discovery of a 1960 penny shattered previous records? Yes, a collector just found one in near-perfect condition, and it sold for an astonishing $8 million. And guess what? Experts believe there are still more out there. So, what are you waiting for? That dusty jar of coins might just be your ticket to financial freedom. Start your hunt today, because every second you wait, someone else might be finding their fortune. And trust me, you don't want to be the person saying, I could have been a millionaire if only I had checked my pennies. The treasure hunt starts now. Are you ready? Did you just walk past millions of dollars without even knowing it? Imagine holding a simple penny in your hand, but it's not just any penny, it's a 1969 Lincoln penny worth up to $7 million. Yes, you heard that right. $7 million. Now, let me ask you this. When was the last time you checked your spare change? Because that forgotten jar of coins in your kitchen might just hold the key to unimaginable wealth. Let's take a step back. Picture this, it's 1969, the year man landed on the moon. While the world was looking up at the stars, something extraordinary was happening in the U.S. Mint in Denver. A batch of Lincoln pennies was struck with an error so rare, so unique, that today, collectors are willing to pay millions for just one of them. What could possibly make a single penny so valuable? Here's where the story gets interesting. The 1969 Lincoln penny has a distinctive error known as a doubled die. This means certain parts of the design appear doubled, most notably the word liberty and the phrase, "In God we trust." But before you rush to check every penny in your wallet, here's a twist: not all 1969 pennies have this error. And the ones that do? Well, let's just say they're harder to find than your TV remote when you need it the most. So, what makes this coin worth up to $7 million? It's not just the error. It's the combination of rarity, condition, and demand from collectors who are willing to outbid each other just to own this piece of history. But here's where the fear sets in. What if you've had one of these pennies all along and accidentally spent it on a cup of coffee? Imagine losing millions over a caffeine fix. Scary thought, right? Let's talk about how you can identify this golden, copper treasure. Flip the coin and inspect it closely. If you see a clear doubling in the inscriptions and the D mint mark, you might just be holding a fortune. But wait, before you start celebrating, you need to get it authenticated by a professional grading service. Trust me, you don't want to end up like that one guy who thought he had a rare coin but actually just had really bad eyesight. Now, I know what you're thinking: where can I sell this if I find one? Auctions, private collectors, even platforms like eBay have seen bidding wars over these rare pennies. And let me tell you, nothing gets the heart racing like watching the bids climb higher and higher. But here's the kicker: not everyone knows the true value of these coins. And that, my friends, is an opportunity waiting for those who do. Imagine the possibilities if you found one. A new house, a dream vacation, or maybe just finally telling your boss, "I quit." Exciting, isn't it? But here's the urgency: the market for rare coins is booming right now, and the value of these pennies is climbing every day. Will you be the one to cash in, or will you let this opportunity slip through your fingers like loose change? But wait, there's more. What if I told you that there's another penny from the same era that could also be worth a fortune? Stay with me, because you won't believe how many valuable coins are still out there, waiting to be discovered. And if you think the 1969 Lincoln penny is impressive, just wait until you hear about the next one that collectors are scrambling to find. So, here's your challenge: go check your coins. Yes, right now. Because every second you wait, someone else might be discovering their $7 million penny. Don't be the one left wondering, what if? After all, the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is just that little extra effort. And who knows? Your journey to wealth might just start with a single penny. What if I told you that a humble penny tucked away in your pocket could be worth up to $6 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? But stay with me, because today, we're diving deep into the world of the 1973 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny, a coin that might just change your life forever. Picture this. You're rummaging through an old coin jar, maybe one that's been collecting dust in your attic for years. You find a penny from 1973, minted in Denver. You think, it's just a penny, what could it possibly be worth? But what if that very penny is your golden ticket to a life of luxury, freedom, and financial security? Before you toss it aside, let me tell you why this little copper coin is causing such a stir in the numismatic world. The 1973 Lincoln penny isn't just another coin. Its value has skyrocketed in recent years, with collectors willing to pay jaw-dropping sums for rare variations. And here's the kicker: one of these pennies has been valued at an astonishing $6 million. Yes, $6 million. That's not just spare change, that's life-changing wealth. Imagine what you could do with that kind of money. Now, let's break down exactly what makes this penny so special. The 1973 penny was minted during a time when the U.S. Mint was experimenting with materials and designs. Some pennies from this year have unique characteristics, rare errors, double die strikes, or pristine, untouched conditions. These factors can transform an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. But here's the twist: not every 1973 penny is worth millions. You need to know exactly what to look for. And trust me, you don't want to miss this. But wait, before we dive into the details, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered how many hidden treasures might be lying around your house right now? Maybe that penny you left in a drawer last week is the key to your financial freedom. Crazy thought, huh? Alright, let's get into it. The key features that make the 1973 penny valuable include a clear, well-defined D mint mark, a sharp and unblemished Lincoln profile, and most importantly, any signs of minting errors. One tiny flaw could mean the difference between 1 cent and $6 million. Imagine finding that flaw just as you're about to pay for your morning coffee. Would you still hand it over? Now, here's where things get even more interesting. The current market for rare coins is hotter than ever. Collectors are scouring auctions, online marketplaces, and estate sales to find these hidden gems. The demand is skyrocketing, and with demand comes higher prices. So, if you have a 1973 penny, now might be the perfect time to cash in, but let me throw this curveball at you. What if you don't check your coins? What if that $6 million penny slips through your fingers? Imagine the regret, the what-ifs. That penny could have paid off your mortgage, bought your dream car, or even set you up for retirement. Scary thought, isn't it? So, how do you ensure you don't miss out? First, check the condition. Coins in mint state condition fetch the highest prices. Next, look for errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or any anomalies. And if you're unsure, get your coin appraised by a reputable numismatist. Remember, knowledge is power, and in this case, it's the power to transform your financial future. But wait, there's more. Did you know that other rare pennies are also making waves in the market? Coins like the 1969 D penny and the 1979 no mint mark penny have also fetched staggering amounts. So, while you're checking for the 1973 D penny, keep an eye out for these valuable treasures too. Before we wrap up, here's something to ponder. What if you're holding a fortune and you don't even know it yet? The clock is ticking, and every moment you wait could mean a lost opportunity. Are you ready to take action? Check those coins, because your path to wealth might just be a penny away. Stay tuned for more insights into rare coins and hidden treasures. And remember, fortune favors the bold. Don't let your million-dollar penny slip away. Until next time, happy hunting. Imagine holding a simple penny in your hand. Now, imagine that penny being worth up to $5 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? But what if I told you that a 1984 D mint mark Lincoln penny could actually make you a millionaire? Yes, one single penny. Don't believe me? Well, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this tiny coin holds such immense value and how you might already have one hiding in your home. Let's begin by traveling back to 1984. Ronald Reagan was president, the Summer Olympics lit up Los Angeles, and the U.S. Mint was busily producing millions of pennies. But among these millions, a rare anomaly slipped through the cracks. This wasn't just any penny. The 1984 D Lincoln penny had a minting error so subtle yet so significant that it turned an everyday coin into a collector's dream. Now, you're probably thinking, wait, a small minting error can make a penny worth millions? Should I start checking under my couch cushions? Well, yes. And maybe even your grandma's cookie jar.so. What makes this penny so special? It all comes down to what's known as a double die error. In simple terms, this means that during the minting process, the coin's design was stamped twice, creating a slight but noticeable overlap. For the 1984 D penny, this error is most visible on Lincoln's earlobe. Yes, you heard that right. An extra earlobe could mean extra millions, but here's where it gets exciting. With collectors constantly on the hunt for rare and unique coins, the demand for the 1984 D penny has skyrocketed. And when demand goes up, so does the price. Some of these pennies have already fetched prices in the hundreds of thousands. But experts believe that the right 1984 D penny, in perfect condition, could reach a staggering $5 million at auction. Are you checking your wallet yet? Go ahead, I'll wait. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if my 1984 D penny is the real deal? Great question. Look for the D mint mark, indicating it was minted in Denver. Then, examine Lincoln's earlobe under a magnifying glass. If you see a clear doubling, you could be holding a fortune. And just imagine what that fortune could mean for your life. Pay off your mortgage, travel the world, or finally start that dream business. But here's the catch. Time is running out. As more people become aware of this rare penny, the competition to find one intensifies. Imagine the regret of realizing you had one but sold it too soon, or, worse, spent it on a coffee. Don't let that be your story. And here's a funny thought. What if you've already spent one of these pennies without knowing? That moment when you bought a pack of gum last week, could that have been your $5 million penny? Ouch! Before we move on to the next critical point, let me ask you this. Have you ever thought about how many rare coins might be out there, just waiting to be discovered? Stick around, because next, we'll reveal how to properly authenticate and sell your rare coins for maximum profit. And trust me, you don't want to miss this. Alright, let's talk authentication. Once you suspect you have a rare 1984 D penny, the next step is getting it professionally graded. Services like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, are your best bet. A high grade can mean the difference between a few $1,000s and a few million. Picture this, your penny gets a top grade, and suddenly, you're at an auction with bidders from around the world fighting over your coin. It's not just a penny anymore, it's your ticket to financial freedom. Now, if you're thinking, this all sounds amazing, but what if I don't have a 1984 D penny? Don't worry. The world of rare coins is vast, and there are countless opportunities to find valuable treasures. In fact, stay tuned for our next video where we'll uncover more rare coins that could be worth millions. Who knows? Your next big find might be just around the corner. So, what are you waiting for? Start searching, get your coins checked, and who knows? That humble little penny in your pocket could be your key to a wealthy future. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. After all, wouldn't you want your friends to know that their spare change might be worth millions too? Penny that could change your life forever. Not just any penny, the 1985 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a tiny copper coin that might be hiding in your pocket change, your old coin jar, or even tucked away in a forgotten drawer. And guess what? This penny could be worth up to $4 million. Yes, you heard that right, $4 million from a single penny. But wait, before you start frantically checking every penny you own, let me tell you why this coin is so valuable and how you can spot one. Because trust me, you don't want to miss out on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Let's take a step back to 1985, a time when minting errors were rare but not impossible. The Philadelphia Mint, responsible for producing millions of coins, made an unexpected mistake. A batch of Lincoln pennies was struck without the traditional mint mark. At first glance, it might seem insignificant, but for collectors, this tiny oversight is like finding treasure. And here's where it gets exciting. The scarcity of this error coin has skyrocketed its value over time. Picture this, a tiny copper penny being auctioned for hundreds of thousands and eventually climbing to a staggering $4 million. Now, isn't that the kind of jackpot we all dream about? But here comes the million-dollar question, literally. How do you know if you have one of these rare pennies? Don't worry, I've got you covered. The first clue is simple, check under the date. If there's no P mint mark, you might just have struck gold, or should I say, copper. Hold on, though. Before you run off to cash in your coin, let's talk about what makes these pennies so sought after. It's not just the missing mint mark. Collectors are looking for coins in pristine condition, free from scratches and wear. Imagine owning a coin that has survived decades without a single blemish. Feels almost impossible, right? But hey, miracles happen. Now, here comes the twist. Not every 1985 penny without a mint mark is worth millions. Shocking, isn't it? Condition and rarity play a crucial role. So, how do you ensure your penny stands out? Well, professional grading is key. A certified coin grading service can authenticate your penny, giving it the credibility it needs in the collector's market. But wait, have you ever thought about what you would do if you actually found a $4 million penny? Pay off debts. Buy your dream home. Or perhaps, start your own coin collection empire. It's fun to imagine, right? Speaking of imagination, have you ever wondered why tiny errors like missing mint marks can create such frenzy in the coin world? It's almost like the universe's way of reminding us that even the smallest things can hold unimaginable value, and just when you thought we were done, here's a cliffhanger for you. There's a rumor circulating in the numismatic world that an unlisted batch of 1985 no-mint mark pennies might still be out there, waiting to be discovered. Could one of them be in your possession? Imagine the possibilities. So, before you dismiss those pennies jingling in your pocket as mere change, remember this: one of them could be your ticket to a wealthy lifestyle. Keep searching, stay curious, and who knows? Your fortune might just be waiting for you in the most unexpected place. Did you just stumble upon an old penny lying around? Maybe in a drawer, an old piggy bank, or tucked away in a forgotten coin jar? Well, before you toss it aside thinking it's just 1 cent, stop. Because that tiny coin in your hands might be worth up to $4 million. Yes, you heard that right. One single 1949 Lincoln penny, no mint mark, has sent shockwaves through the numismatic world, selling for an eye-watering fortune. And guess what? There could be more hiding in plain sight, just waiting to be discovered. But before you run off to check your coin stash, you need to know exactly what makes this penny so valuable. Because not all 1949 pennies are worth millions. Miss just one crucial detail, and you could unknowingly let a life-changing fortune slip right through your fingers. So, what makes a 1949 no-mint mark penny worth a mind-blowing sum? Let's break it down. First, rarity. The 1949 Lincoln penny was minted in Philadelphia, but a rare error or unique condition can turn an ordinary coin into a jackpot. Some of these pennies were struck on the wrong planchet, had double die errors, or featured a misaligned strike, each of these details increasing the value exponentially. Second, condition. Collectors and investors are willing to pay top dollar for pennies in pristine, uncirculated condition. If your 1949 penny has minimal wear, a strong strike, and sharp details, you're looking at serious money. And here's where things get really interesting. Some of these rare 1949 pennies have already sold for 6 figures at major auctions. But the true shocker? One recently valued at nearly $4 million has experts on edge, wondering if even more are out there. Imagine this: you're holding a penny right now, completely unaware that it could be worth more than a luxury mansion. Think about that for a second. A single coin, worth more than most people make in a lifetime. Alright, now that your heart is racing, let's talk about what you need to do next. Because finding a rare coin is only half the battle, knowing how to sell it for top dollar is the real game changer. Inspect your 1949 penny under good lighting. Look for errors like doubling on the letters, an off-center strike, or an unusually shiny surface that could indicate a special minting process. Check the grade. A coin grading service like PCGS or NGC can officially certify your penny's condition, skyrocketing its value in the collector's market. Step 3. Sell smart. Don't just take it to any pawn shop and expect millions. Instead, reach out to reputable coin dealers, major auction houses, or online marketplaces specializing in rare coins. Now, here's the million, or should I say $4 million, question: could you be holding one of these record-breaking pennies? Because history has proven that these rare treasures are still being found in the most unexpected places. So, don't wait. Go check your pennies right now. Who knows? You might be sitting on a life-changing fortune without even realizing it, and if you want to stay ahead of the game and learn about more rare coins worth millions, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Your next penny find could be the one that changes everything. The next millionaire could be you. Imagine opening a dusty old coin jar, expecting nothing but loose change, but instead, you find a single penny that could be worth $3.7 million. Yes, you heard that right, one single penny could change your life forever. But here's the catch, not every 1964 penny is worth a fortune. So how do you know if you're holding a life-changing coin or just another piece of pocket change? Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal might make you want to check every penny in your house immediately. Back in 1964, the Denver Mint produced millions of pennies. Most of them just ordinary 1-cent pieces. But a rare few, they carry an error so significant that collectors are willing to pay millions. Now, before you rush to check your piggy bank, let's talk about what makes these rare pennies so special. First, you need to check for a specific minting error, a mistake so rare that it skyrockets the coin's value. Look closely at the D mint mark. Some of these pennies have a double die error, meaning the design was accidentally stamped twice, creating a slightly blurry or doubled appearance on Lincoln's face or the lettering. Others have a misplaced mint mark, an off-center strike, or an unusual metallic composition. These are the hidden clues that separate $1 million penny from a regular one. But here's where it gets crazy. A collector recently paid $3.7 million for a near-perfect 1964 D Lincoln penny with a rare error. Imagine that, a single coin, worth more than a mansion, a Ferrari, and a luxury vacation combined. So, how do you know if you have the next record-breaking penny? Now, before you flip over your couch cushions and start tearing through your grandma's coin jar, let's get into some specifics. And hey, if she asks why you're suddenly so interested in her old change, just tell her you're doing family financial planning. The truth is, time is running out. Rare coins increase in value every year, and collectors are hunting for these rare 1964 D pennies right now. If you have one, it could mean instant wealth. If you don't check, you could be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. So, here's what you need to do next. Grab your coin collection, check every 1964 D penny, and examine them carefully. Look for doubling, mint mark errors, and unique metallic tones. If you find something unusual, don't hesitate, get it appraised by a professional. Because once these rare coins disappear into private collections, their prices will only go higher. Don't let this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity pass you by. Your next trip to the grocery store could be funded by a single forgotten penny. Could you be holding the next $3.7 million coin? There's only one way to find out. If you found this video valuable, hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and drop a comment below if you've ever come across an unusual penny. You might just have a hidden fortune waiting to be uncovered. Into an old coin jar, pulling out a penny, and realizing it's worth more than a Lamborghini. Sounds crazy, right? But that's exactly what happened to a lucky collector who discovered a 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, valued at a jaw-dropping $3.50 million. Think about it. A single penny. A coin most people toss aside without a second thought. But today, you might just find out that you've been sitting on a fortune this whole time. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to check if your 1978 penny is one of these rare gems, and how you can turn pocket change into life-changing wealth. Let's rewind to 1978. The U.S. Mint was busy producing billions of pennies. But something unexpected happened. A batch of these coins left the mint without a mint mark, making them incredibly rare. Now, why is this such a big deal? Normally, Lincoln pennies from Philadelphia in 1978 should have a P mint mark. But a small error resulted in some being struck with no mint mark at all. At first glance, it looks like just another old penny. But collectors and investors, they see a golden opportunity. Now, here's where it gets really exciting. I know what you're thinking. Wait, are you telling me I've been walking around with a millionaire penny in my pocket this whole time? Well, maybe. And if you've ever casually handed one over for a pack of gum, you might want to take a moment of silence for your lost fortune. So, what makes these no-mint mark 1978 Lincoln pennies worth a staggering $3.50 million? Reason number 1, extreme rarity. The fewer there are, the higher the value. Experts believe that only a handful of these pennies exist, making them one of the rarest errors in U.S. coin history. Reason number 2, high demand. Wealthy collectors are constantly on the hunt for unique, error coins. When demand skyrockets, so does the price. Reason number 3, condition matters. A 1978 no-mint mark penny in perfect, uncirculated condition can fetch millions at auction. Even circulated versions could still be worth thousands. But wait, what if you're sitting on one right now and you don't even know it? Alright, it's time to find out if you're holding a piece of history. Examine your 1978 penny closely, grab a magnifying glass and check for any signs of a missing mint mark. No, you might have a winner. Look at the condition. The fewer scratches and marks, the higher the value. Coins in pristine condition bring in the big bucks. Get it professionally appraised. If you suspect you have a rare 1978 no-mint mark penny, do not spend it. Instead, have it authenticated by a trusted coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Sell it the right way. Auctions, private collectors, and rare coin dealers are your best bets. The right buyer could turn your penny into a millionaire-making deal. So, what are you waiting for? Go check your old coin jars, your piggy banks, even that dusty drawer filled with loose change, because right now, sitting somewhere in your house, could be a tiny copper coin worth millions. And if you want to know about more rare pennies worth a fortune, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and stay tuned for the next video, where I'll reveal another hidden treasure hiding in your pocket. Change, time is money, and in this case, a single second could be worth millions. Grabbing an old jar of pennies, and finding out that one of them, yes, a regular-looking penny, could be worth $3.2 million. Sounds impossible, right? Well, it's happening right now, and people are cashing in on rare coins they never even knew were valuable. But here's the real kicker: you might have this exact penny sitting in your home, hiding in plain sight. And if you don't check, you could be walking past a fortune every single day. Now, before you run off to dump your pennies all over the table, stick with me. Because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, where to sell it, and most importantly, how to avoid getting ripped off. And trust me, the last thing you want is to accidentally spend $1 million penny on a cup of coffee. Alright, let's get to the good stuff. What makes the 1988 no-mint mark Lincoln penny so valuable? First, let's talk about what makes a coin rare. It's all about errors, misprints, and production mistakes. These aren't just accidents, they're golden tickets for collectors willing to pay top dollar. And the 1988 penny? It has one of the most shocking errors in numismatic history. So what's the mistake? It all comes down to a small but powerful detail: the transition between the 1988 and 1989 penny dies. The 1988 penny was supposed to have a distinct engraving style for the lettering and Lincoln's bust. But a mix-up at the mint caused some 1988 pennies to be struck with the 1989 reverse die, a mistake so subtle that most people never notice it. And that's the $3.20 million secret. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but how do I tell if I have this version? Glad you asked. Flip your penny over and look at the word America. If the spacing between the letters is tighter than usual, you might be looking at a jackpot. And before you start sweating bullets trying to analyze your coin under a magnifying glass, relax. I'll break it down for you step by step. Check the back of the penny. Look for the America spacing difference. Examine the initials FG next to the Lincoln Memorial. If they appear sharper or slightly different from a regular 1988 penny, you could be holding the rare variety. If you suspect you have the rare coin, do not sell it to just anyone. Scammers and lowballers are everywhere, and the last thing you want is to get tricked out of millions. Speaking of scams, let's talk about how not to get ripped off, the biggest mistake people make. Selling too fast. A shady dealer might offer you a few $100s and act like they're doing you a favor. Meanwhile, they turn around and sell your coin for millions. So, how do you protect yourself? First, get it authenticated. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC will certify your coin's authenticity and give it a proper grade. This is what serious buyers look for, and it will skyrocket your coin's value. Second, auction houses are your best friend. If you've got a confirmed rare 1988 penny, don't settle for anything less than what it's worth. Heritage auctions, Stack's Bowers, and great collections have seen rare pennies like this sell for record-breaking amounts. Now, let's be real, most people will never even check their change. They'll keep ignoring their old pennies, thinking they're worthless, while the smart ones are cashing in. So here's my challenge to you, go check your pennies right now. You might be sitting on a life-changing fortune, and you'll never know unless you look. And if you found something interesting, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear about your finds. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because I'll be covering more rare coins that could make you a millionaire. Who knows? Your next penny might just be worth millions. Simple penny in your pocket, only to realize it could be worth up to $3 million. Sounds impossible, right? Well, the 1993 D. Lincoln penny is proving collectors wrong, shocking the numismatic world with its staggering market value. But here's the real question, could you be holding one of these rare pennies without even knowing it? Let's set the stage. It's just another ordinary day. You reach into a drawer, a jar, maybe the cup holder in your car, and pull out some loose change. But what if I told you one of those pennies, yes, that tiny copper-colored coin, could be your ticket to a life-changing fortune? The 1993 D. Lincoln penny isn't just any penny. While most are only worth face value, a rare error variation has sold for nearly $3 million. That's more than some luxury homes, sports cars, or even a lifetime of vacations. But why is it so valuable? What makes this little coin worth so much? Let's break it down. The value of the 1993 D penny comes down to rarity, condition, and, this is a big one, errors. Some of these pennies were struck using experimental or defective dies, creating rare variations that collectors are willing to pay massive amounts for. Think of it like a factory mistake that turned into hidden treasure, but here's the twist, many people have these pennies without even realizing it. They sit unnoticed in old piggy banks, tucked away in dresser drawers, or jingling around in forgotten coin jars. Could you be one of the lucky ones? Now, before you rush off to check your spare change, let's talk about how to spot one of these rare coins. Look for unusual doubling in the lettering, off-center strikes, or even a different metal composition. Some have subtle errors that require a magnifying glass to detect, but if you find one, oh boy, get ready for a major payday. Now, here's where things get really exciting. These rare 1993 D pennies are selling for jaw-dropping amounts at auctions. Just last year, one sold for nearly $3 million. And the best part? Prices are climbing as more collectors scramble to get their hands on one. That means the time to act is now. Think about it. What would you do with an extra $1 million? Pay off debts. Buy your dream house. Travel the world. This isn't just about a penny, it's about seizing an opportunity that could change your life forever. But here's the catch, not all coin dealers will recognize the true value of your penny. That's why it's critical to get it authenticated by a reputable numismatic expert before selling. Otherwise, you could end up handing over a fortune for just a few cents. And trust me, you don't want to be the person who unknowingly gives away a $3 million coin. Final cliffhanger and CTA. So, the real question is, are you sitting on a goldmine without even knowing it? There's only one way to find out. Check your coins, inspect them closely, and if you think you have a rare 1993 D penny, get it evaluated ASAP. And if you want to stay ahead of the game, learning how to spot valuable coins before everyone else does, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Because in the world of rare coins, knowledge isn't just power, it's profit. Now, go check your pennies, you might just be holding a fortune in your hands. Realizing it could be worth nearly $3 million. Sounds crazy, right? Well, hold on to your seat because today, we're talking about the 1997 D. Lincoln penny, a coin so rare, so valuable, that collectors are willing to pay a fortune for it. Now, before you dismiss this as just another penny story, let me ask you, what if that small, seemingly worthless coin in your jar right now is actually your golden ticket to wealth? Keep watching because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to identify this rare penny, what makes it so valuable, and how you can turn it into life-changing money. And trust me, you do not want to miss this. Most 1997 D. Lincoln pennies are worth just 1 cent. So why is this particular one worth up to $2.9 million? It all comes down to a rare minting error that makes collectors go wild. Picture this, it's 1997. The Denver Mint is producing millions of pennies, but something goes wrong. A small batch of these coins is struck on the wrong metal planchet, giving them an entirely different weight, look, and texture. This minting mistake turned an ordinary penny into a treasure worth millions. But wait, it gets even crazier. Some of these rare pennies also have double die errors, meaning the text or image on the coin appears slightly duplicated, making them even more valuable. So, if you find a 1997 D penny with odd coloring, an unusual weight, or a doubling effect, congratulations, you might be holding a small fortune. Still not convinced this is real? Just last year, a lucky collector found one and sold it for nearly $2.9 million at an auction. Let that sink in for a second. 1 single penny changed someone's financial future forever. Alright, now that you know what to look for, let's talk about how you can turn your change into cash. First, grab any 1997 D pennies you have. Examine them under a magnifying glass. Look for odd colors, unusual weight, or doubling in the text and images. If anything seems off, don't ignore it, that could be your jackpot. Next, take it to a professional coin grading service. Companies like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and certify its value. The difference between a regular penny and a $1 million penny? Official certification. Finally, list it for auction. High-end collectors, coin investors, and numismatists are constantly searching for these rare finds. The right auction house can turn your rare penny into a bidding war, and that's where you see the real money. Now, imagine this. You check your penny jar tonight, and boom, you find the rare 1997 D penny. How would your life change with an extra $2.9 million? Would you retire early? Buy your dream home? Travel the world? Before you go, do yourself a favor, check your pockets, your drawers, and that dusty old coin jar. Your fortune could be hiding in plain sight. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. Because trust me, there are even more rare coins out there that could make you rich. See you in the next one. $1 million. Sounds crazy, right? Well, it's not just a fantasy. The 2019 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is making waves in the numismatic world, and some rare variations of this coin are skyrocketing in value. But here's the shocking part, most people are throwing these coins away without even knowing their true worth. That's right. You could have a small fortune hiding in your couch cushions, and meanwhile, you're out there paying $4 for a cup of coffee. Makes you rethink your priorities, doesn't it? So, what makes the 2019 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny so valuable? At first glance, it looks like an ordinary penny. No special markings, no flashy features. But don't be fooled. Hidden among the billions of pennies minted that year are a handful of coins with rare errors that can send collectors into a bidding war. And here's the thing, one of these pennies already sold for thousands of dollars. And some experts believe a perfect specimen could fetch up to $1 million. Let's talk facts. In recent auctions, rare 2019 no-mint Mark Lincoln pennies with unique errors have sold for staggering amounts. Some feature dramatic doubling in the lettering, while others have striking anomalies in Lincoln's portrait. And then there are those with off-center strikes, misalignments, or even mysterious missing details. Basically, these coins are like the unicorns of pocket change. Hard to find, but when you do, jackpot. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if I have one of these rare pennies? Great question. There are a few key signs to look for, and if you spot one, you could be holding a tiny piece of copper worth a fortune. But here's where it gets really interesting. The demand for these coins is growing fast, which means their value could keep climbing. And that window of opportunity? It won't stay open forever. So, what should you do next? Check your change. Look through your old coin jars, your wallet, even that mysterious pile of pennies in your car's cup holder. Examine them carefully. If you spot any of the key errors, it's time to take action. Get it authenticated. A professional grading service can confirm its rarity and determine its market value. And here's the final, most important step. Don't wait, think about it. What if a single penny could change your life? What if, right now, sitting somewhere in your home, is a coin that could be worth a small fortune? Don't let it slip away. Because here's the truth, fortune favors those who pay attention. And if you think the 2019 penny is valuable, wait until you hear about the next coin on our list, one that collectors are willing to pay even more for, so make sure you subscribe, because you won't want to miss this.